everybody, and welcome to episode 2 of City of Cats, a Southlands 5e actual campaign that is supporting our current Kickstarter here at Kobold Press. I'm Dot, your little resident Koboldy Twitchy streamer. I'm here with this with this incredible crew. We had quite an eventful, I don't even know what to call it, soiree. It was we soireed at our local tribe, and then we went out into the desert, and we got to see a little bit of this Kickstarter. So if you want more of what you're seeing here, go support the Kickstarter, get your hands on the new material. I believe it's 4 books right now, and we're already hitting stretch goals. So it is no small it is no small place, the Southlands, but we're excited to show you some of what you can find in City of Cats. And at that, I think I'm just gonna pass it off. Noir, take us away.
Hey, hello everybody. I'll be your GM for the evening, well, one of those. I am the GM for our show today. I also GM Lonely Thrones over on my Twitch channel, the Noir Enigma, and Second City Saviors over at Critical Misses. I am blessed to have such an outstanding cast joining me to tell this story of the City of Cats. Take a shot each time we say that. You're gonna have a great time. But that being said,
what I heard is we need a cat counter.
Yes.
Counter. How many cats can the counter
Can we
have?
just get like a little chibi cat on the bottom that meows every time we say City of Cats?
I don't have a cat, but I do have a screaming goat.
Close enough.
Close.
I have a frog ocarina if we need that.
Y'all, I feel like a tiny band is getting started. Look at us.
I know, right?
This would be so good. We just need a toy xylophone and a kazoo. I just feel like.
So with that, let's not waste any time and let me introduce you to these fantastic players. I'm gonna start clockwise.
Close enough to the other side, but yet Trooper!
Hi, it's me, Trooper SJP, and I'm a...
Oh, no.
You're muted.
I was muted.
That was my fault. That was totally my fault. My B.
Oh.
I was trying to mute myself and I muted you.
You cannot silence Trooper.
That's it, we're done. And I was like, I'm a Twitch-affiliated streamer. I play some video games, I play video games mostly. I just get distracted and chat with the folks about everything, and I play and GM RPGs. But today, for City of Cats, more importantly, I am playing Gafiru, who is a Djinn-born shaper, which is one of the classes that you can get in this exciting Kickstarter. And I'm sort of blue, 5'2", like 180 stocky muscular pounds, big glaive, no armor, no fun. no fun can be had around everyone else can have fun. I just can't have fun. And we're hanging out in a group of people. Don't worry, I'll keep them safe.
It sounds reassuring. Makes it Marcus.
Hi, I'm Marcus. On Twitter, I'm Best Kinda Worst, and I am the studio manager and streaming coordinator for Gen Con TV, and I am playing today the Bassetti cat folk named Zat. He is 4'6", 101 pounds, calico cat, nice and white with black and orange spots all around. A little nervous, but master of disguise, and no dark threads from his past are ever going to come and haunt him in this town where he is not supposed to be.
But isn't the City of Cats? And aren't you a cat person? So isn't it fine?
In theory, it's fine. I'm going to pass that over to Pro, I think.
Hey, yeah, hey.
Okay,
I unmuted myself, so there we go. I am ProRestarter. You can catch me on Twitter at ProRestarter. Today I'll be playing Abu Bakar, a Subek big boy, 8 feet tall, full of muscle, sneaky, gravelly voice, loves to eat things, and loves the rain. Yeah, that's my dating profile. Back to you.
But do you like long walks on the beach? This is the question.
Long swims.
Oh.
Oh, look at that, ladies. Or gents,
And
line
men.
up, or anybody else. What I heard is swim.
Get you some.
A hiss.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Speaking of dating, your 187-year-old character had some exciting action last week, Todd.
Wait, oh yeah, my character. Oh yeah. She's 123. Trooper. She's still definitely almost on death's doorstep. So either way,
No.
she's just what it sounds like. She's an old crone. Her name is Hasharat. She is a kind of kooky and kind of lost it soothsayer. She sees things ahead of time. Often, I wouldn't call them premonitions, but like visions to some degree. And she's she's old and she has nothing. She has absolutely nothing to lose. And she's getting, for the first time in 123 years, a trip to the city. Y'all are taking this desert druid to the city. I'm excited. She's excited. She has no idea what she's going to see. This is great. This is something she's never seen. This is something she's never seen. So this is huge. This is huge.
Oh, we should share classes. Barbarian.
Oh, yes. I'm a druid.
Classes and races, everybody.
Oh, yes. Yes. I'm a Jinborn druid. Desert druid, specifically.
Seeker
Jinborn.
Cleric Ocean.
Bassetti Rouge. That's what I heard it was called.
Don't call me out on my typos right now.
All right. So with that, I think we're ready to go. Let's do the recap. So at the beginning of the first episode, we found ourselves in a small village that contained our heroes in the midst of the Festival of Renewal, a celebration of rainfall that occurs in the desert village, which does not occur very often. In fact, this particular Festival of Renewal was the first in almost 5, maybe even 9 decades. It's been quite some time. In fact, Hasharati was a young girl when this happened last time. Now
Imagine that.
now she's a bit more experienced. And in the midst of this celebration, closer towards the end, the festival was invaded by none other than Georgia Jonas, a human who came and claimed an artifact that was spawned in this magical tree. Upon taking the tree, everyone in the village received 1 point of psychic damage, but the cat folk took it especially hard, with a bit of an emotional side effect playing a part in this damage. An old friend of Hasharati was able to apprehend one of the individuals involved, and through joint effort, the party was able to question them to find that Georgia Jonas had plans further than what was executed at the festival. According to their guide, he intends to go to the city of cats, take a shot, and use the artifact that he just acquired to completely control the cat folk there, and to gain access to another treasure or another location. We haven't quite figured out yet, but hearing that bit of information, the team decided that they best intervene, and now they're making their way towards the city of cats, taking a shot. So,
Mark, may I ask a quick question?
Absolutely.
I'm just wondering about the status of ethics, legal ethics when it comes to archaeology. I'm a little bit concerned about Georgia Jonas's. It just feels to me like maybe someone should talk to his tenure board or wherever he, like the collegiate. Like, I just feel like there's some problems here.
Board.
I mean,
the academy is very proud of the work that he does. He brings lots of lost artifacts to the museums where they belong.
Yes.
Oh, I bet he's really good at getting
manager?
grants too. Right?
And running from boulders.
Yeah.
And having a son named Shia LaBeouf.
I don't know what you are all referring to. I'm clearly talking about George and Jonas.
I'm gonna file a complaint. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm just file a complaint with his boss.
So with that, the camera starts to zoom in. We part through the clouds and we see the party has made some substantial ground away from the village. They're just about halfway to the City of Cats. It's been a pretty uneventful journey so far. They have plenty of water. After all, they did just get done celebrating the Festival of Renewal, so they have plenty of water, plenty of berries, plenty of food, and the members of the party, they're no strangers to the desert. So as you're all walking along, what do you say to each other? How are you spending the time drudging through the sand, getting to the City of Cats?
Zat is Zat is kind of walking behind Abu Bakar, holding his tail, not lizard tail, cat tail, and just kind of like trying to like keeping an eye out on the side, making sure no one's really noticing them. He does have like several mustaches of different color attached to his face, as well as a kind of unmade blonde wig, and just trying to fit in by looking like a nightmare person.
All right. And how about you, Abu Bakar? How are you handling this trip?
I think Abu Bakar is noticing the tension behind them, and ever so often would just kind of like flick their tail up in front of Zat, just to kind of give them something to like occupy themselves for maybe like a few, like a minute or so. And they're just in front, just like reading some inscription and some hieroglyphs, and it's like, yes, the Neon River 10th saga.
I love this mental picture. I'm sorry, I was just enjoying that for a second.
Yeah,
Gafadu, how are you doing?
I'm always neutral. I have Gafiru has the City of Cats has a number of sort of new backgrounds, and Gafiru has the background Desert Runner. So Gafiru is quite comfortable trekking through the desert. Gafiru can read the environment to predict natural weather patterns and temperatures for the next 24 hours. And so I'm able to sort of guide us through. It says I can travel right through dangerous terrains at the best of times. And right. So it's always like, okay, let me see what the weather's gonna be like. So it's always like, there's always assessment. What is the weather gonna be like? Where are the weather patterns happening? And then also as a nomad, I also don't need to have as much water as everyone else. And I am just not. Like, it's just always just the smallest, like the least amount of water, the least amount of food that one can have at any given time. So when everyone else is sort of having more meal, I am having less meal. And always assessing, always trying to make sure that everything is safe. There are no problems. And it's a very stoic sort of placing myself in a spot, like mostly behind the group, because I can get to the front very, very quickly. Barbarian movement, y'all. But making sure that I can see everyone at all times. And just, it's this very sort of very fluid, calm, sort of slightly, let's just say deadened affect, paying attention, and a lot of eyes mostly at Hasharati, just making, like, just in that moment, like, in case she stumbles, right? Because she walks with a cane, she's got bad knees, she can barely see, she's almost dying. And so there's always just a moment where at any moment, they can just get to where she is at and have an arm out, but never with warmth.
Okay.
I'm a camel. I'm currently in like a camel type form because
Literally, that was not a metaphor.
no, I literally am a camel.
I just
I love those metaphorical camels.
I imagine, like all of the fabrics that were draped on her are now like laid across its back. There's like a little scorpion riding her hump, and she is definitely just the most disgusting old camel. She spits and she farts the whole way,
oof, you hate to see it.
but here it is.
I am going to have you all make me a perception check. Harashati, you're going to make it at disadvantage.
Yeah, well. That makes sense.
19.
Okay.
Go ahead, 10.
Okay.
I got a 24.
It's the same either way. 14.
Okay.
Perceive everything.
It's like in the Matrix.
I feel like it's because you're paranoid that people might try to murder
I
you.
imagine you're
That
you're
is-
like a conspiracy theorist, but in cat form.
Conspiracy that's true. Like,
okay. So you're frantic. You're looking at Abubakar's tail, but you know when you feel that first drop of rain, like you feel that on one of your paws, and you look down and you see that it's a drop of blood, and then you look up to the sky and you see an eagle flying from the village towards the city of cats. Gafaru, you look up and you do see the eagle, and you see somebody riding the eagle, but you also see somebody tethered to the back of the eagle, pretty much slumped.
Uh-oh.
do I recognize this person? We have spent some time in this village because Hasharat wanted to, so we did. So I imagine I might have known. So I scan our people. Is this anybody?
I will give you a quick. What's your passive investigation?
2. Is that my skill level? My 2.
Let's see. It should.
Oh, your
It
passive
should be-
perception?
Or perception? Or
Passive investigation. Actually.
so is that what 10 plus the numbers? It's 12.
Oh, 12? I would say 12 is enough. You do recognize the armor, or the armored hand, because that's all that you can see from this distance of Shar.
The person I know, Charn, or is like a different Charn?
No, that one.
Yep.
Screaming cat, look up, like don't care because it has nothing to do with the people I'm protecting right now, but just check out, just for information's sake. Recognize who it is, and I just stop moving for a moment. Like I just stop, like I'm no longer moving, and I'm like there's like a just calculating at the moment, and beat, drop my pack, pull out one of the javelins that I have, and I'm going to throw it at the eagle. I doubt that. I mean, I can't imagine it's going to be really good, but it is just that is just the moment. No speaking, just this quick rush of movement to grab this javelin. Spears I can do range with spear. Yeah, and I recklessly throw this.
Okay, that gives you the advantage.
It does. Yeah, that is what I'm going to do. Just just pull this spear out. And my old name, I had an old name, and my old name meant spear, but that is not the name that I have now. And no, 14.
That's not gonna do it.
Yeah, I know. And it's just this like quick movement of pulling out my spear that I have. So
Actually, my mistake. Yeah, that will do it. Jesus Christ, giant eagles.
Get better
Nice.
AC, man.
Nice.
I just looked at it. A giant eagle's AC is 13.
Oh, you just.
So, what you see is this giant eagle flying overhead. Gaffadu, you see it, you recognize what's going on, you drop the pack wordlessly, woof, throw your spear, and you see
leaving myself completely open. Like, it is very obviously clear that I have no defenses at this point in time, basically at all. It was just
I'm actually gonna roll a percentile. I want to see something.
How high up are they, by the way, and like how far away are they?
What's up?
How high up are they, and like how far
They
away
are. They were just under 120 feet, so it's still within range.
Okay.
I will say.
Fall damage.
Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4. What? 1, 2, 3, 4. Right. So that's 1, 2, 3. Pro, high or low?
oh,
Low.
makes me worried.
Okay. So you throw the spear and you see it clips the eagle. And the body starts to fall.
As the body is falling, I'm going to see this, and I'm going to kind of run forward 5 feet. And as I do, I'm going to kind of bring my hands together and bring them into a cupping motion. And as I do, I'm going to just say, "By the wings of Hermes," and I'm going to blow on it, and I'm going to cast Conjure Minor Elemental, and it's going to be a wind elemental, and I'm going to say, "Catch him."
So this body is falling from the sky, and you see just a swarm of sand start to lightly take the figure of a humanoid, and it listens to you, and it nods when it gets the instruction, and a giant gust of wind, woof, and the humanoid figure disappears, and you see the figure holding the falling body and gently bring it down, and Sarn is on the ground.
Nice catch.
Very quickly, I'm almost immediately close to where Charn is.
Spare the dying.
Cast Spare the Dying, and there's a moment, and there's another moment, and another moment.
I'm gonna make a medicine check, which is not a skill I have. Because I was about to like do a thing, but I don't have that skill, right? Like it's like when those things are like stand, moment, okay, I'm gonna.
Is that stabbing him? Is this helping?
It's like, that moment, like I'm about to check, but then okay, so because like you do not want Gafiro to make any kind of medicine check. That's not a thing you want. Not his skill set.
I will quickly pour some water in his mouth, and will cast, because I only have it, Perils of Healing.
I imagine at this point, Hasharat will come over like as the camel and do that thing where like get down on 4 legs like low to the ground so we can put his body on her back, you know, to like carry him away if he's not conscious.
Okay. Yeah, he is not conscious, so he's kind of on your back now. You hear the cawing of a giant eagle, and you can see that it is now beginning to swoop around. What is the play here?
Big bird coming. Big bird coming.
I imagine like we get his body up there, and you hear that like oof, from the camel with his weight, because she's still old.
Yeah.
And you know what? She is not. How far out from the city are we?
You're about halfway there. He's not a spry camel.
Okay. All right. she is going to we're done with that. She comes out of camel form. She goes, ah!
Poor Charn.
Actually, no, that doesn't happen. When she turned into a lady and the body starts to fall, still obeying its last command.
Nice. Yep, because it's still there. I'm going to cast Earth Wave, which is a 5th level spell, so it's one of the highest ones that she can do. And I command the earth beneath our feet to rise and surge us forward. So it actually, the sand picks us up and moves us towards the city.
So here's how this is going to look. Hasharati, you put your hand in the sand, and the sand covers it, and you turn it around. Your hand's still covered by sand, but you whisper words of arcane power. And as you lift your hand from the sand, everybody, you feel the rumbling of the earth below you as the sand rises in the shape of Hasharati's hand.
Yeah.
And now you can basically control it.
Oh,
like
nice,
this.
yeah. And Hasharati goes, everybody, hold on!
I grab my glaive, like I'm like, Pack. Glaive, like,
She's
that
done
just
with this.
jumps on Abu Bakar, just jumps.
Okay, so you are in the palm of a giant sand hand being basically surfed forward towards the City of Cats.
It's like a cat on my face.
And how high does it lift up?
I imagine if there's a giant bird in the sky circling for some sweet meat, not too high. I don't want it to be a serving platter, so
Okay.
I imagine it stays kind of low to the ground. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And like keeps us just like moving forward.
All right. So as you're surfing forward, you see the bird does turn around, and it's at this point you get a clearer look at who's riding on top of this giant eagle. It is a large figure. Again, this is one of the individuals that you saw before. And they have a gold dragon mask, and they are glaring as they're flying towards the hand.
I see it. The gold mask. She says like out loud, and I guess with the other hand points. I feel like pointing with the hand we're writing's bad. She points with the other hand.
Suddenly, the hand just does this. No,
Big middle finger. No, and she goes, the gold mask.
And Abu just kind of like aggressively takes that off their face, and they say to you, Hasharat, what did you say?
Gold, worn as a mask on the face of evil.
Wait, action. Anybody gets within 10 feet, I kill them. Like, just that's what I always do. Like, wait, action. Like, people are talking concentration on.
I don't know why I imagine you actually look like you're surfing. Like spear in hand, you're actually surfing on this hand.
That's kind of how I'm imagining all you just like 2D sprites doing like the basic movement on the fucking hands.
And Dick Dale music is in the background.
Yes,
we got some good
for
surf
sure. But yes, I turn, and I go, I can feel it. Darkness beneath those holes.
As you say that, they say in a low growl, they found me. And you see for the first time that you've known them, this dark shadow forms around them more, and their eyes just become sunken. And it happens for a split second before we feel the wind elemental kind of go across their face. We should go. Hurry, Hasharat, hurry.
Faster!
So you see that about 70 feet ahead of you, the bird has now completely finished its spin, and it's like a game of chicken at this point. And the person riding the eagle is now standing on the eagle,
Oh man, this is cool.
braced.
Oh,
looking as though he's getting ready to jump off and onto whatever it is you all are riding
No,
on.
that's fine.
Zat reaches into his bag and pulls out a very small crossbow and hopes for the best.
Aw, your best boy.
I'm here for this. Let's go.
So I have a rune, which is my Issa's rune, and I can. So this is the level 4 one. It goes one action. It is spent tracing the rune on the ground. A slit of ice spreads out to cover an area of 125 square feet. The ice area can have any shape, blah blah blah. So, would I be able to, like as this is coming forward, jump off and spread this on the ground and have this ice sheet kind of come up suddenly to kind of let everyone else move away? That'd be something I'd be able to do. I can put it in chat. It's a big
Rule
read.
of cool. That sounds
Alright.
dope. Let's
That sounds
fucking
dope.
do it.
Yes.
Yes, do it.
So seeing this and you're moving forward, Abu Bakr just looks towards you, Sat, and just places you down. And they say, as they don't face you, Hasharat, go, do not wait for me. And they just jump down. The body of Chan just falls as the elemental is dispelled. And as they fall down and roll, we see like rain starting to pour. And like from their fingers, we see this blue light tint. And they trace this hieroglyphic rune on the ground that basically spells out Faf Hermes' true name that they don't even understand, but they know how to do it. And the sheet of ice just flies up.
Okay. And you're rising with it?
No, I'm gonna rise on the second on the back half.
Okay. All right. So the ice formulates and materializes, like, and it's almost like this hand of sand is the thing that's conjuring this sheet of ice, which looks incredibly dope as you're all riding on it. And this big fucker is on this flying eagle flying right towards you, and he sees this. Does it flinch? What happens next? He was 70 feet away from you. Now he is 50. He's closing in.
I've jumped down, so it's up to the rest of the people now.
Okay.
I'm just there waiting.
Okay, so you slid down. You know what? He is actually. We're actually gonna do this. We're actually gonna see.
Abu Bakr told us all to leave him, leave them, right? Abu Bakr said,
Him
leave
again.
me.
Yeah.
That's not great. I'm interested to see how everybody reacts to that instruction from Abu Bakr to leave them.
Well,
Okay, so you could tell that he's watching the body, but then he sees you slide down, and it's not graceful, but he tumbles off of the eagle, and it's like a 60-foot drop, but you see him just 3-point landing. The hand nearly clips the eagle, but it flies off, and you all now the rest of the party has passed where this individual is and where the bird is. So now it is just Subak and Abu Bakr. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to roll initiative, Abu Bakr.
Yeah.
And so at the end of each round, the rest of the party will get to tell me what they want to do. And depending on your actions, you may be able to work your way into initiative as well. So we're going to start with the initiative between Abu Bakr and Subek.
Got a 9. Oof.
Got a 16.
yikes.
And so he gets out of this 3-point landing. And he just slowly starts to rise. And there is just a gust of wind between you. And he doesn't say anything. He just sprints towards you. And he is going to attack.
Oh no.
Hate my life.
Ooh, it's a miss.
And then the second attack.
That one does hit, yes.
So he runs towards you and he goes to do a Superman punch, but instinctively you just block it out of the way. And as you block the arm, you can kind of tell the arm was a feint as he digs his knee into your rib.
10 points.
It's a sharp strike. You can feel a slight crack as he gracefully lands from the attack, looking at you. Not even in the strangest thing is he's not breathing heavy after exerting that much force. And as he's now this close to you, you can see that the eyes behind the mask are black and hollow. It just boring into your soul. What do you do?
As this happens and the kind of ice sheet is behind us, the kind of red crimson shoots across the sand, and as it does, Abu. I didn't mean to cast that actually. Sorry, I was trying to read it.
You're good.
Abu Bakar just kind of gets out their claws, not wanting to fight with a weapon if this person isn't yet, and is going to strike at them.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. Okay, so they're gonna strike 1, 9, and then they're gonna. Do I get 2 attacks at 10th level as a cleric? I don't remember.
I don't either.
Uh,
cleric that well.
du-du-du.
I wonder if that's a feat you have to take as a cleric. I have no idea.
I know some classes get like 2 attacks. We'll say no for now, and I'll look it up.
Okay.
But I missed with my sweeping attack.
So you lash out with your claws and they just expertly bobbing and weaving, just the body control of this individual is remarkably beautiful. And as they get ready to the fence is remarkably beautiful, and the camera's going to pan back to this hand that is rushing towards the city of cats. And you can hear the fading sound of combat. You hear, and you can recognize Abu Bakr having taken a hit. But then you've moved so far that the sound is deaf amongst the sound of wind rushing past your ears. What do you do?
Zat is very wary about leaving Abu Bakr over there alone. Did not like the stay alone, but also doesn't like moving fast in a direction. So I would like to volunteer myself to be thrown if anyone's strong enough to throw me back that way. I have acrobatics. I'm a cat. I land on my feet. I might be able to do this.
I would say if
I just look to Hasharat.
I was about to say, if Hasharat gets the vibe that we're going back for a fight, she goes, I'm too old for this. Ugh. And she spins the hand around so that we can maybe close the gap just a little bit. Obviously, we can't really move, but we'll be able to turn. Right. I would say.
Yeah.
And we turn, and she moves the hand and like puts her finger out. She's gonna catapult you.
Okay,
using the big finger.
Zat goes back to on the edge of the finger and starts to get a running start on this catapult.
So what we see is before the finger even stretches back, Zat, you're running towards it, and as it starts to fling you up, it's almost like you're running up like a warped wall, and then it flips you, and it's just the most graceful backflip you have ever seen. Please roll me an acrobatics check because I need this to be awesome.
30.
Oh my god!
And the streak continues.
I mean, it's pretty awesome, right?
Yeah.
So, in fact, you go with the momentum so well that you do a couple extra flips and you land behind Subek.
See, now I don't have to cast anything this round because I have to keep the hand in concentration. So that's basically my turn.
That's dope. So we're now gonna put you in initiative, Zach. Go ahead and roll me initiative.
Okay. 18.
Yes.
God damn it!
Yes. Right
Yes.
into combat to help out the team. What up?
Yes.
So at the top of the round, Zach, you go first. You see Subek looming over Abu Bakr, who looks like they just took a hit, but you know, Abu Bakr's tough.
Yeah.
It's true.
Could I use stealth to stab them in the back?
That seems rude.
I'm gonna say you don't need to make a stealth check because Subak. So one, the landing was so clean that it barely made a sound, and two, nobody expects sudden backflip cat. Like
Maybe they should.
That is not something that they factored.
We learn from our mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
Then from his very small bag, he pulls out just a gigantic long sword that he has, and just runs straight up at the back of this person who he doesn't know, but it's hurting his friend.
Aw.
Okay, so longsword will not do sneak attack damage. It has to be a finesse weapon.
Oh, how about
that's
I have a hand crossbowbow. Can I use the hand crossbow?
Absolutely, you can.
Okay, then I will pull out my hand crossbow again. I had it in my hand the whole time while I was flipping.
Yep.
It was beautiful. It looked
You just see the glint of the sun in the midst of that cool ass flip.
Yep.
Okay, I pull, I point, and I shoot.
Nice.
Okay.
Okay, and this is just I haven't done weapons of this, so I just click on the
The
weapon.
name.
You
Yep.
weapon name, yep.
Right on the sheet. It should roll it. Oh nope. It should be if it's not here. I'll show. Go to the compendium, which is the eye at the top, and drag and drop crossbow onto the sheet, and it'll load it direct in for you with your die.
Well, then, okay.
Or if you made your character in D&D Beyond, you can use Beyond 20 and click on your
That's
D&D
true.
Beyond character sheet.
Oh, that's true. I hadn't even thought about that.
Don't even know that. I don't even know what that's about. That's very
Doesn't have all
exciting.
those
accepting a drop
sweet-
from the compendium.
Yeah, there you go. Now it should.
Okay,
You'll
let-
see it under the weapons listing once it's.
Attack and spellcasting.
Oh, not the proficiency over on in the center of the page. It'll be your weapons listing. Should be.
I'm having a difficult time.
That's all right.
reading.
No
When there's
worries.
there it is. I get there's too many words on the screen for me.
Yep.
So I'm just like,
It's okay. You see me like because I can't see.
I panic all the
nothing.
time.
I don't actually. I swear I just.
It is
So like
dragon-
you've got your hit points box, and then under that's temporary hit points. You got the two little boxes, hit dice and death saves, and that box right below it should hopefully have your crossbow, and you could click on that.
Oh, okay. There we go.
label
Perfect.
attacks and spellcasting. Click that one. See if it doesn't roll it. There you
There
go.
we go. There we go. Thank you for
Boom.
your assistance.
Yes, of course.
All right. So unfortunately, that will not hit. And in fact, what is going to happen here?
Uh-oh. I'm not good at
Everything
aim.
Yeah.
but combat.
Good at flips, not
everything
good at
but
aim.
combat.
Yep.
We're
It's okay.
going
Entrance is
to-
everything. The entrance is everything.
Okay. Oh, uh-huh. Yep.
Yep. So you shoot the crossbow at them, and it's strange. You know for a fact they didn't know you were there, but just they catch the bolt, look at it, and turn around and look at you. And they're going to throw it.
Oh.
Actually, I did that wrong. So hold on 1 second.
Yep.
So this is what I have to roll. Oh, it's 1d10 plus 15. Gotcha.
Woo. Woo. That's a big number. Yeah, that's ooh. Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that does catch the bolt. And now this is for the attack. I see how that works. Gotcha. The more you know, kids. Boodle-a-doo.
That's right.
Don't get drugs.
We just learning. We just playing. We practicing.
Yeah.
One day we'll be professionals.
And on that day.
He will know the difference of when you get disadvantage and when you don't, when you're riding a camel, but also when there's darkness, but also you have.
All right. Does a 27 hit?
Oh gosh.
Okay. So it's just 5 damage. Just
Okay.
Okay. And that comes
That's
out
it.
of my. Is that both of us or just? Or who
Just
is
you.
that at? Me? Okay.
That's at you. Yeah.
That goes-
They caught it, spun the bolt around, and flung it at you, and it buried itself right into your shoulder.
And does that comes out of armor, right? Or is it just hit points?
Hit
Hit
points.
points.
Okay.
All right. And that was their reaction on your turn. So is there anything else you'd like to do on your turn?
Do they have any weapons that I could steal from them using sleight of hand?
You do see. This is incredibly dope. You do see that they do have a bunch of darts on their wrists, and a short sword, in a holster. But
Can I grab all of their darts?
okay, one
As
you'll have
much
to
as
run
I
up
can.
into melee range with them because
Yeah.
currently you got some distance.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can do that, and I will depending on how well you roll for your sleight of hand, which you will have to do at disadvantage because they do see you. We'll see. We'll see how
They
many
use
you
their
get.
reaction, so
Yeah.
there's no attack opportunity.
That's right.
So
Yep.
perfect
Yeah.
moment.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when I'm rolling sleight of hand on here, how do I add a disadvantage to it?
I just
you-
roll it twice.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Just
That's
roll
the
it
easiest
once and
way.
it should come up twice.
Yeah, it should come
Oh,
up.
nice.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
28
Are
and
you
22.
28? 28?
Again.
But wait,
again.
it's at disadvantage, so instead of 28, he only gets a 20.
Oh, he only gets a dirty.
Yeah, but still,
Womp womp.
look at there wasn't a single roll
Under 20 in both of those. 4.
I told you I have friends that roll 20. This is just a,
We get friends that roll 20.
it's a special account that they made for me.
So, note to everybody: if you play in a City of Cats game, play a cat folk
Yeah.
because.
Yeah.
Because they lucky. Damn. Okay.
All right. So, with that, I am. How many fucking darts?
How was I supposed to say,
you
how
have?
many did he have?
All of them.
I reached for all of them. I don't know if we got.
I am going to roll a d12 to see how many you took.
Oh my gosh. This is amazing.
Detail plus 2? Yeah.
Okay, so you took more than half of them. You swiped
Yes.
more than half of them.
Wow.
And now, and okay, so that was your bonus action. It moved and attacked. All right, so now it is Subek's turn, who is just looking at you incredulously. Like all you can see are the eyes behind the mask, and they're like black and hollowed out.
I just have a
But
bunch of
there's a
darts in
look
my hand.
of there's a look of how dare you?
Dare you, sir?
I'm trying to have an emotional fight over here. Just flipping and taking my darts.
Rude.
Those were my dots.
Catapult. Cat?
In
Catapult?
fact, if oh wow.
Catapult.
A catapult.
City of Catapult.
A city of catapults.
I dig it.
You are
but-
welcome.
In fact, underneath the mask, you do hear, those were my dots. and they are going to attack. They're going to attack you, Zach.
That makes sense.
And then the second attack.
Ooh. Ooh.
And then they are going to pop a key point.
Ooh.
Get
Monks.
that third strike.
And now they're going to flurry of blows.
Get those double strikes.
Yeah.
Yeesh. Monks. Second favorite class. Behind Druid.
Mine too. And the last one is going to be a stunning strike.
Ugh.
So you will need to make a Constitution save. So, which one of these hit?
What do we get? 12, 22, 16, and 23. Which one hit your AC?
I have 15 AC.
Okay, so 3 of these hit. So the first one does 5 damage. The second one does another 5 damage, and then the third one does 9 damage, and you need to make a Constitution save for me, buddy.
Uh,
Don't punch the kitty.
15.
15. Does that make it? The
That might have been the
answer
lowest roll.
The answer is 1 second.
Maybe.
The answer is no. The
Okay.
answer is no. So you are in fact stunned. So Apagakar, what you see is Sebek's attention is completely focused on Zat for a moment, and that same strike that he hit you with that you dodged, he does again, and Zat dodges it, and you already know what's coming next. The knee to the ribs, but this time it's followed by an elbow to the face, and then the last strike is an uppercut with the left that just sends Zat reeling. It is now your turn as you see Sebek dismantling your friend.
I see this, and we hear that kind of low, kind of deep crocodile kind of clicking growl as my jaw kind of opens and snaps closed absentmindedly as I get angrier and angrier. And as this happens, I just kind of pull out my warhammer, swing it around, and we see the ibis kind of symbols on top. And I'm just gonna say, "Get away from him!" And I'm going to just bring it up and swing it down.
Okay, go ahead and roll me those attacks.
That's in both hands. Here we go. I got it quickly. Also, I'm bad at fighting.
So you bring the hammer down, and just as graceful as ever, he moves like water with his hands on the other side of the hammer, guiding it away from him, bringing his face closer to you, and he just goes, "No."
Well, as a cleric, I don't get a bonus action, so that's all I can do.
That is in fact true. So that's gonna take us back to the hand that is making its way back towards the fight. I'd say right about now, you're just 50 feet away.
Oh, great. So I could probably close the gap with the hand this round.
Yeah.
Great. I want to scoop everybody up. Because I know that he can't get them until we get closer. So she goes, "Buckle up!" And she's gonna run right underneath all of them and just scoop them up on the hand, him included. And that way,
Yeah. So
I'm bringing the fight.
Time out. Are we about to have a motherfucking fight on a moving hand of sand?
Yes.
That's the goal.
Yes,
That's the goal.
yes.
As we move towards the city of cats, because we're still going to the city. Yeah, right. This old woman is going to the city, and if she's gonna take her enemies with her, then load up on the bus, baby. Because we're turning around and going to the city, and so she's gonna just scoop them all up and take them with her.
Okay, so what you see is after the no, he turns to do another strike, and right as he gets ready to finish his form, woof, like you just come and grab him. He hits the back of the sand wall, and as the rest of you get rolled up, and now we go to the next round. The next round starts with Zat. Zat, you are stunned. So there's not too terribly much that you can do, unfortunately, because monks are assholes.
But Gufiru can now join us in the initiative because he was on the hand, or they were on the hand.
Yes.
Yeah.
So now the rest of you get to join initiative. So that good call out. So everybody who wants to get involved in this fight now, please go ahead and roll initiative.
I got the darts and then I got hurted.
I was about to say, I'm going to probably just maintain concentration, but I will roll for...
I will roll initiative, but again, I have to wait for instruction.
Y'all. That seems
Oh my
appropriate
goodness.
as I sit there in my own hand
Yeah.
and move myself. So
I roll a 22.
there you go.
Yeah, Okay, so the way this is going to go in terms of initiative is we now have, because I need to write it out now.
Wow, Trooper. That says everything about our relationship. A 22 on initiative versus a 1.
Yeah, it says a lot about a relationship. That is true.
That's funny.
You don't even have to put Hasharati's name down. We just know she's just there meditating with everybody fighting around her.
It makes sense though, right? Because if this was a movie, all the fighting happens and then the moving happens.
Yeah, exactly.
This is awesome. Like I love cinematic fights. So thank you.
This is it. So I'm just gonna maintain the arena basically.
All right, so we're gonna rewind that first round because Godfrey, it's your turn. So and that makes sense because you were bracing and waiting, and you got swooped up. So you do get an action before your turn because you took the wait action at the very start of this for when you were in range.
I did. So the thing is that I think it's important to know this context, right? So Abu Bakar dropped off and said, everybody leave. And my job is to protect people.
Right.
So that's not going to work out. However, specifically my job was to protect Hasharati. And so if Hasharati leaves, I must leave Abu Bakar, also Charn, my friend whose body is also there. And so all people that I don't have feelings and I don't care about people, just for the record. But if I did have feelings and if I did care about people, which I don't, I would perhaps care about Charn and Abu Bakar.
Right.
However, and I just had to watch myself leaving them because it is my job to follow and protect Hasharati. And so I had to just stand there and watch them be hit and get farther and farther away from me as Hasharati took us away from them. And I had to just see them being brutalized. And then I saw Zat go there and then get smacked down while I was so far away and could do nothing besides follow the person who I've been punished to protect. And I just stood there and I waited, and then the hand turned.
Yep. And now here you are. And you don't have to do nothing no more.
For my action before my actual turn, and I've got reach because I've got a glaive.
Oh yeah,
reach. Yeah. Just nothing. Come out and just sweep to do a tripping attack on this person that I don't know what their deal is. I'm going to make an attack roll against this person, and we will see how that goes. But also, it's going to be a reckless attack because
Gotcha.
Because I don't care about my own well-being very much. Let's be fair. That is a true statement. We're going to go with a natural 20. That 28. We're going to go with.
Wow, y'all.
What is going on?
I don't think I've rolled above like a 12 today, so it's fine.
So this person who has hurt people that I do not care about because I do not have feelings.
Yes,
Right.
of course.
Right. Needs to make a strength saving throw.
It's strength. Okay, I thought it was dex. It's strength. That's
It is strength. It is a strength saving throw, and I believe that the strength saving throw is what is it? It's 10 plus my strength modifier, I believe.
Correct.
So
they rolled a 20.
They're good. I do not have a plus 10 strength modifier. Yes. So I come in with this like to try to trip them, like the glaives like sweeping low below their feet as I just like step.
So they're able to flip out of the way of the trip. They still do get the damage. It hit them. But it didn't trip them. So as he flips, you do notice that there is just a bit of blood that flicks as he lands, and you see a cut on his calf, and he just shakes it off and glares at you now.
Let me roll that damage then. I suppose. I don't think I get damage, but
a 20?
No. What is that? Oh, I think I just do this.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Just click glaive in the chat. I think that'll do. Oh,
11.
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to be 22 because it's a crit. So
it's a crit. Yeah. 22. Just like I want to knock him down. But,
that's a lot.
Yep.
But I say nothing. I just make myself quite present, if that makes any sense.
Okay. Okay, so now it is Zach's turn, and now Zach, now you're reeling. And
Wait. That was my action before my turn.
oh, that's right. You get another.
Man.
So
the teamwork.
yeah, for my bonus action, I would like to roll Intimidate.
Go for it. Yeah, I'll give you that.
I'm just gonna do that for my bonus action, right? I'm gonna just what I'm gonna do is with that 19 on Intimidate, like I've tried to done some damage and everything is happening, and I just go and I just take one step forward. That's it. It's just one step, and it is slow. It's deliberate. All the sand is moving. Everything seems very unstable, but rock solid, like connected to the earth. This is my element, and I just step forward one step, and I just twist the glaive slightly, and I look.
The look is returned, and where the intent was clearly put on Zach and Abu Bakr, now the weight shifts a bit in his feet, and there's a bit of a pacing between the two of you, as now it's more of a standoff. Like, this is where the fun is.
And that is their mistake. There's never fun in combat. There's never fun. I come in and I get 2 attacks, and the first will be a trip,
Okay.
and the second will be just a straight up attack. Reckless, of course, because I do not care about my life. 25.
Wow.
Okay.
just
Okay.
so
Yes.
you know, they need to roll a strength.
Yep.
Strength roll, if you please. Strength save. Yep.
Wow.
Um,
Wow.
and I will, they're strong. And I will do 11 damage to them
Okay.
for that attack, and then I'll do my regular second attack.
Dang.
And that's a 25.
Wow.
9
Oof.
damage.
They're bleeding a bit now.
And there's no, I make no sounds, right? I emanate no sound at all, and my face is dead, right? There's
Which
no
is-
excitement in combat. There's no joy, and there's no there's something actually perhaps a little sad about it, right? There's just something slightly sad about it. As I just move in and commit large amounts of violence while keeping myself completely open to any kind of return attack.
Which is strange, because there's no sound coming from your opponent either. And even though the glaive is biting them, they're moving away. They're moving in such a way where it's not hitting anything vital. And it seems as though they're angling for something. Is there anything else that you are doing with your turn?
Just
All right. So it is now Suek's turn. And as you're fighting and you're cutting in, he grabs the glaive, pushes it aside, and you hear him go, "Oh, I see what you care about," and blows a breath weapon in the direction of Hershati
no, me,
and
me.
and
No.
Sharn.
No, that's not how that works. That's inappropriate. It's inappropriate.
So this is going to be 4d6 coming at Hershati and Sharn. You have to make a DC 15 dexterity save. Sharn, being unconscious, unfortunately, is unable to make that save.
Right. Okay. 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 I see what's going on here. Okay. That's not so bad. That was in our favor.
The ones are getting rerolled because of a feat.
Oh, golly.
I'm so sorry.
No.
It's not a big deal for her. It's definitely a big deal.
God damn it! I think it stays on the second one.
Yeah, it does.
So,
Okay.
Yep. So that is going to be 6.
Did he move
11.
in order to make that attack?
He moved around you, so he didn't provoke an attack of opportunity.
Okay. Yeah.
So he's still in your he's still in your threat range.
I see.
So
All right. Well, Hasharat
so like just 12 damage.
is unfazed. Y'all have to understand, this woman don't move fast for nobody, not even this man's horrid breath. And so she's like there in meditation. She's still got the hand, and she simply takes the kind of full force of this 12 points of damage. And when it's all done, she laughs. I missed this.
And right next to you, Hasharat, you hear.
Oh yeah, it's okay. She can do something on her turn to help with that. We'll get there.
Can I roll one more d10 of damage on this fellow, if you don't mind?
Ooh, for what? For
What
what?
lets you do that?
I have brutal criticals.
Oh shit! Yeah, fuck, go for it.
Ooh, from
Yeah,
earlier.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, yeah, I do have that. Also,
Gosh, so much damage with a barbarian.
I murder people is what I do for a living. That's just another 5. Just another 5.
Okay. Every little bit
Every
adds up.
Yeah.
Oof.
But I feel like some people are inappropriate.
He's hurting. He's hurting. This is the game for him at this point. All right. So that. No, he does get a bonus action. What are you gonna do with your bonus action, buddy?
I'm here. I'm unarmored. I am your
Yeah.
target.
Yeah, that would be the smart
It's like,
move.
I got my intimidation on him. I'm hoping that he will, be provoked by me in some way.
He goes, Abu Bakr, this isn't over. And you see he juts forward and he juts forward again, and 2 wings sprout from his back, and they just hold out. And as the hand goes forward,
Attack opportunity?
yeah, it leaves him behind.
Everybody take one if you want it, because everybody gets one, right? He's within
Yep.
range of everybody as he leaves.
Yep.
Dude,
I mean-
I'm still stunned, correct? I can't do anything.
No, his turn ended, so you're back.
You're good. You're back
Okay.
this time.
Then I would like to jump at him and stab him with his own darts.
Man, that is salty. Salty.
I love that so
They're
much.
his darts. I have to give them
Just
back.
giving them back.
I know technically you don't come out of stun until his turn is over, but this is awesome, so really cool. So if you're in the chat and you're like, that's not how that works. That's how it works today, baby.
Too
'Cause
bad.
that's cool.
Should I roll? What should I roll here? I don't know if I have to jump or if I use acrobatics, can I roll acrobatics?
He's still in range.
Oh, he's okay.
Yeah, he's in range.
So I can just use.
Yeah. So as the hand moves forward at the end of the round, he's going to be as gone. Well, actually, no, he does have movement. So he's okay. He's flying up, and that's how the hand is going to leave
You may have
him.
to throw the
So-
darts.
So how far up is he trying to fly? He's going 50 feet up.
Whoop.
So before he could go up, you guys get your attack.
And I'll take mine after because I have a reach 10 rather than reach 5 because I've got a
Yep.
glaive. So y'all go first.
Can I cast the spell as
No.
part of my attack?
That you would need the Warcaster feat in order to cast the spell for an attack of opportunity. Unfortunately,
I'll try and grab them.
gotcha.
Grappling.
Grappling. Let's go. Let's get him.
Oh, y'all are fierce. Hazarati just
Nope.
wants some.
I rose today. This is the worst I've ever rolled in any show.
Because you're saving
It's okay,
it. You're
BT,
saving
don't
it for
worry
your
about
moment.
We're
You're embarrassing. Keep in mind, we're still just making our way to the city.
Oh,
not
yeah.
even
Yeah, we
there
haven't even
yet,
got
y'all.
I'm sure, but look, when we get to the city of cats, I'm sure it'll be fine. Like, I'm sure it'll just be like.
So I have a question here. Should I
Yeah.
roll? Is it strength to it to stab the darts into him, or like, what
Oh
would
no,
this-
you just roll an attack. Unarmed.
unarmed?
I would
damage?
say.
I think you'd roll
It's
your
an
regular roll, but I'm sure darts are finesse, which means I'm sure he gets dex, right?
You know what? Go ahead and click your dagger, and we'll just assign the dart damage.
Yeah,
Sounds good.
that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
13.
That will miss. So as you go to attack him, he swats you away, and at the same time he's swatting you away, Abubakar, you come to
I
grab
just
him.
trip. I just trip in my face.
He elbows you a little bit in the face to help you trip.
I would like to fall on top of Abukar.
All right, and
Hasharat?
he starts to rise a bit. Hasharati, are you going to take an attack?
I am not going to take an attack. I'm going to take my bonus action to look over at, I'm guessing our dying friend, that has been kind of passed out. He's still, yep, right?
In fact, that reminds me, I need to actually see.
Yeah,
Where
this is the question, because I may use my turn to, yep. I'm just going to use a bonus action, because that's really all I'm going to get, but...
So sorry, I gotta use physical die for this because I don't like people seeing death saves.
Ooh,
Eh, I like blind death saves.
I like that. That's tricky.
Yeah,
Okay, okay.
Yep.
Okay.
So she just is going to say, "The desert will not claim your soul today." And she kind of keeps one hand and she reaches out and touches his body, and she also will do a healing word on him.
Okay, go ahead and roll that healing word. It was
7.
nothing would have happened once, like after the opportunity attacks
Anyways.
resolved, so we
Yeah.
could just
Yep.
do that.
So
here.
she put 7 more points of healing on him, hopefully to negate whatever was done to him.
And you see the chest rise again.
And then I'm going to murder this person for my attack opportunity. Like,
I cast healing word murder.
It's my choice. yeah.
Because I still have reach with that. Like as they're like heading out, and they think they're out of range, but my glaive has reach, and I just make this massive, again, completely reckless. And by the way, I do not rage, so none of that. Just completely, just no sense of care of self, and I just swoop up, aiming for middle of the back, right where those wings have sprouted, is where that's going, and that's a 19.
The 19 will hit. Oof. Go ahead and roll that beautiful bean damage.
12.
12. Okay.
Oof.
So he starts to take off. You clip him in his wings, and he spins a bit. But then there's another powerful beat, woof, and it sends him up another 30 feet. So he is now another 40 feet. So he is now 50 feet in the air.
And I just yell at him, "Remember my name, Gafiru."
Nobody ever forgets it.
Just
You do go ahead and roll me a perception check.
watching. 9. It's not an advantage.
I'll let you roll. I'll let you take that advantage.
I'll take that 21 then.
Okay. What color is Hasharati's hair?
Oh, Hasharati has no hair. She
Eyebrows.
is.
Eyebrows.
No, she doesn't have any of those either. She has no hair on her body. She is completely sand blown like a smooth
Wow.
rock. Except for, of course, yeah, she's old lady. She ain't got no hair. She's sun damaged. Her skin's as thick as an elephant's hide. She's just hanging in there till the end.
What color is her tunic, or what the robe she's wearing?
Probably like kind of burnt oranges and like sandy colors and deep browns. But it's lots of patterns and like mixed tones. But the exterior, when I say is like orange.
Okay. You do see him put a strand of orange fabric into a vial, and he flies away.
I would like to roll. I would like to roll. Wait. I would like to roll. I will kill him later. And also, that's inappropriate, and I do not approve. And I would like to roll with advantage on that roll. I don't know what that's based off of, but
Hasharat looks at Abu Bakar and says, "We are meeting so many friends today."
They look up at you, and you can see that they're visibly like kind of shaken. They're shook, which is very unnatural for them. And they kind of look at you and they just say, "Yes, many."
You carry great weight. You know the face of the one that wears the mask.
No, I do not. They're haunting me. Always with the mask.
Abu Bakar. Who is that?
I do not know. It is why I travel. It is how I made my way to the village. I thought it was secluded enough. Forgotten enough. I have been hunted for most of my life. More will come now.
Abu Bakar, you are not allowed to do such things again. You may not leave this way.
Zat kind of rolls around and kind of wraps arms around Abu Bakar. It's like,
They kind of pat and they look at you, Guy Fu, and they just say plainly, "We all must leave. In certain ways. But it is always certain. We all leave."
Great
We are cast
wisdom.
out.
She actually looks at you with like those empty, milky white eyes and says,
They understand.
They just kind of pawn like a necklace that they have.
Hasharati, go ahead and roll me a wisdom check. Not save, but check.
"Okay." Oh, nope, that was wrong. That was definitely a save. That is what you said. Do not roll. Hang on.
Get your die roll right. What was it?
No, I re-roll. It's fine. A 13. Not too
That's
bad.
good. So the world goes black again for you, and you hear, "We all must leave." And then you hear Gafru's voice, "You cannot leave." And you see the figure with the gold mask walking toward you with an individual clad in black walking forward in an old place, an old place full of power. You see emerald lights shine from every corner of this ancient place. And you know, this is where it happens. And go ahead. Go
No, I
ahead.
was gonna say, how close to the city are we at this point? Can we see it?
You can see it. It shouldn't be too much longer now.
I imagine if it's that kind of a vision, and it's regarding that specific vision, that the hand kind of for the first time like judders a little bit and shakes, and then like releases, and we all kind of go tumbling into the sand.
Yeah.
Because she can't. She probably can't maintain it. And she just kind of again you hear her kind of cry out like, "Oh!"
I pick her up. I was at the moment where I was going to say something to Abu Bakar. Like there was clearly something I wanted to say, but the minute she drops, I just immediately go to pick her up.
The last thing you hear before you feel yourself tumbling in the sand is you hear Abu Bakar saying, "We have to go."
And again, her eyes open, right?
Oh. She tries to stand. Must keep moving. We're so close to the city now.
I actually just carry you the rest of the way. That's it.
Yeah, that's fine. That makes sense.
You just believe
She'll
you're walking.
Yoda backpack the rest of the way if she has to. Yeah, she'll just kind of, hang on. And I imagine she probably mutters the rest of the way into the city, and none of it makes maybe any sense. There's no coherency to it, but like the words that she heard and the visions and the emerald piece and the gold mask, and she just kind of mutters these uneasy, almost lyrics or like poetry in some way as she sorts through this dense vision of what she knows is to be someone's death.
You start to get towards the border wall, and it's this fine, almost alabaster looking stone. It's daunting in the middle of this vast nothing. That, my rogue friend,
It's pronounced Rouge.
you do see there's some scribbles on the outside of the wall. And to the rest of you, it just looks like jargon. But you are able to recognize the thieves' cant in it. And there are rules. Respect the cats, respect the dead, respect the queen, and bring some tuna.
Well, no place like home.
It's a bag of tuna. It's a whole fish.
Yeah.
I have some dried fish. Dried.
And I think Gafiro, as Hasharati is sort of muttering, Gafiro there's like the slightest whisper of a mutter also with Gafiro also happening, where they are going through the battle and how much more damage they could have done but didn't, right? And just like working through here, right? And just like thinking about like sort of replaying that moment that did not result in death that could have. And then
Your problem with
like,
failure.
yeah, it's a very weird these two these two having their own weird mutterings right at the same time throughout this.
I think Abu Bakr kind of sees this, and as you're kind of carrying, they will kind of walk there alongside of you and kind of bump you, and they just kind of mutter loudly and just say, "You must always keep your eyes on the flow of the river, or you'll miss its path. Get out of your mind."
And as you get closer to these walls, you can feel the pull of the river. It's calming, especially after the encounter that you just had. There are guards at the entry.
I wears that like a pelt.
I imagine
Four figures moving, only two walking. Like, that is the prophecy.
So there's a dragonborn at the gate. Hello, friends. Welcome to Perpastet, City of Cats. What brings you here?
Everything! Put me down! Put me down!
back up a little bit.
Like, please note, again, 5'2", not tall person, but like...
She walks up to this dragonborn and she goes,
What kind of delicacies does a place behind walls have?
All of them. Come. You look weary.
You
Thank
could
you.
say that.
I'm like covering that with like my big body.
And with that, the Dragonborn sweeps his arms and welcomes you into Bastet, the City of Cats. You've made it. It was a perilous journey. And that is where the camera zoom out for today.
We did it!
I
We
mean,
made it
Oh my
across
gosh.
the Southlands desert all the way.
almost didn't.
Well, man, oh
That
man.
that was just one of Georgia Jonas's goons.
Listen here, Georgia Jonas.
Oh my
I got
gosh.
a boulder waiting for you. For real. I have a spell for that.
And it's going to roll down like a tunnel,
Yeah.
but it will not miss. And
Yes.
because you'll also put up like a wall of stone
Does
in
he
front,
also
and you're
hate
like,
snakes? Because I can do that too.
it's like,
I too love museums.
Why did it have to be snakes?
you're like, you know why? You know what you did.
Maybe we should do that thing where we tell people where they can find us when you're not here.
Yeah.
I suppose. Who's gonna go first? You. All right, hey everybody. I'm Noir. You can find me on Twitch, Twitter, and Facebook as the Noir Enigma. You can find me on TikTok, Instagram, and SoundCloud as just Noir Enigma. This is one of the good shows I GM. I hope that you're enjoying it. I also GM The Lonely Throne and Second City Saviors. Lonely Throne is on my Twitch channel, the Noir Enigma, and Second City Saviors is at Critical Misses. So if you like this and you want to see more of the stories that I enjoy telling, check me out. Other than that, that is me. I'm going to sit it on down to Omeletville.
Sit on down on the pill. Hey, I'm Traverse JP, and you can find me at Traverse JP on Twitch or Academic Foxhole on Twitter. I do lots of stuff at this point in time. I don't know. There's things happening. It'll be exciting. Find me and you'll find out. I just want to say, look, seriously, people. What? I want to give love, and I want to give love to everyone. Gaffito is incapable of love. So Gaffito gives no love.
I will break you.
I also take this as a personal challenge.
Yeah, I was going to say, have it, but yeah.
How do you not love Zat? Like I've never been more upset with myself than when I stunned him.
I mean, I love Zat. I mean, I love everyone so very much, but love is only for people who deserve it. So Gaffito has no love.
He's got a lot of ego. It's the wrong kind. It's like a different kind of ego.
Yes. Yeah, that is correct. I'm going to pass it over to Marcus, who I love. Yeah.
Oh, I love you too. Hi, my name is Marcus. You can find me on Twitter, and I don't really stream a lot, but you can find me on Twitch too at Best Kinda Worst. Not kinda, because of a bad
Copyright.
podcast. Yeah, that's that too. There is sorry, Best Kind of Worst. You're a bad podcast. But hi, sorry, I don't know what I'm doing. My name is Marcus. I don't know what to say. I lost my brain. My brain fell out of my head. I'm hungry.
Who are you when
Who
you're
am I?
not here?
Who am I? Oh, I am the streaming coordinator, studio manager for Gen Con TV. We do weekly shows, news, tabletop interviews with new voices and new names in D&D and things. We're just talking with people a lot. It's really cool. Check us out at Gen Con TV on Twitch. And I'm going to pass that one off. I'm going to take it in the bowl, and I'm just going to throw it. Who catches it? Oh, there we go.
Oh, there it is.
Oh no, sorry, Pro.
My face. Yeah, I am Pro Restarts. I had lots of fun today, whiffing and doing cool scenes. That's always good. You can catch me on Twitter at Pro Restarter. You can also catch me in a show that I produce, podcast. It is Shadow of Arcanum. It's a full LGBT POC podcast, so be sure to check that out on where you get podcasts generally. Thank you for having me. It was super fun. And come with you next time. But I can whiff more. Yeah.
I'm Dot. I'm back doing the thing that I do here for Kobold Press. So playing games, rolling dice, telling stories online with cool people like this. That's what I also do in other places. So go find me at Little Red Dot when I'm not here. Because I hopefully will get to play more with all of you in the new year, which we're getting very, very close to. Do you know what else that means we're getting very, very close to? The end of this Kickstarter. So make sure that you go check out the Southlands Kickstarter that Kobold Press has out right now. City of Cats is one part of the larger Kickstarter. So if you like what you're seeing,
how many books at least? What?
4 books. 4 books in that. So definitely hit the link in chat and go check that out. Stretch goals are being hit. New stuff's being added. And the art for this book is outstanding. It's just unbelievable. So it's something you're definitely not going to miss. And yeah, we'll be back. We've got 2 more of these coming up over the next few Wednesdays, even the week of holidays. So when you're at home, hopefully, or at least taking care of yourself and your family, however you see fit, during this time, we got a little entertainment for you. So literally next week and the week after, we'll be right here after the Kobold chats at 1 p.m. Pacific with more City of Cats. I like the dance. More City of Cats. And we'll be back. Same
Because
Kobold
I took
time.
a shot every time we said City.
Same Kobold channel for us to do that thing we do. And if you like what you see today, make sure to continue to support us. You can do that through the Kickstarter. If you want to support the Twitch channel and you want to continue to see Kobold Press put on actual plays into the new year in 2021, hit that subscribe button, give those bits and tips. That's what keeps us going and keeps this little Kobold train trucking. Toot toot. So, speaking of trucking, we're going to get out of here and we will see you all next week for the continuation of City of Cats. Bye, everybody.
Bye.